The system's only broken to us. The system's working for who the system's meant to work for. And by us, I don't even mean race. I said that earlier. I don't mean race, but we are poor people, like, and the system doesn't favor us. We've been divided by race and we've been divided by religion, and we spend most of our days arguing amongst ourselves, while those who are meant to get rich are just cracking on. Let's help ourselves. That's just it. Let's just help ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm like tired of like the system and the highest this and the highest that. It's just working just fine for who it's meant to work fine for. It's just not us, unfortunately.
Alright, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this 100% truth. Salutations unto the 144,000 doing the work of the Lord in all truth, honor, and sincerity. And shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children who believe in this word being taught unto them. I'm back at you with another lesson entitled, This System Ain't Meant to Work for You, Jake. Alright, Jake just can't get it in their heads, man, that the so-called white man and these other nations, predominantly the nation of Esau, or Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white people, they are your enemies, man. Alright, they don't want you to be in the same lofty position as them. Alright, they're your enemies, man. And yeah, you might have a couple Jakes that have quote-unquote made it in this world. You know, like those in the music industry or in the sports industry or wherever wherever it may be. Alright, but they're still not on the same level as the wicked elites, man. Alright, the wicked elites only allow them to get so far, but the wicked elites still, they control the wealth and they have all the wealth furthermore. You got Jake that are maybe millionaires and billionaires. Well, you got the wicked elites that are trillionaires, man. Right? They got all old money. You know, they not only do they have old money, they have actual resources that make them rich. You know, things like gold, silver, land, all right, all precious metals, real animals, you know, because they don't eat GMO foods, all right. So they've got the true riches, man. And this system is not meant to work for you, Jake. You know, stop trying to be on the same level as Esau in his kingdom, man. It's the same way you're not going to expect an Edomite to be on your level in the kingdom of Israel. You know, these elites have done a number on us, man. As he said, they've basically done divide and conquer. We're divided by race, divided by religion, divided by political views. All right. But as the saying goes, divide and conquer. It's easier to rule over people that's divided rather than people that are in unison. All right. So I'm going to let this play one more time and then I'm going to bring out the precepts. Okay. Lord willing, it be edifying. But this system ain't meant to work for you, Jake, man. You know, you have been kept back by fraud. All right. You know, one of the first stocks that they shared on the stock market was you slaves, man. You know, back when we was
The
in
system's
hardcore
only
bondage.
broken to us.
All right, and they still benefiting off our free labor, man. Okay. So let me let this play one more
The
time with the
system's only
sound.
broken to us. The system's working for who the
And I'm
system's
gonna start
meant to
again.
work.
I may pause it when he references certain things. I see, you know, what the spirit does. The system is only broken to us. The system is working for who it's meant to be working for. So Jake in the hood, growing up in poor living situations, you know, you kind of just, and because your next door neighbor and his next door neighbor and his next door neighbor is experiencing similar or the same thing, you just think that, oh, life is just unfair and, you know, uh, everyone's just struggling, everyone's just in lack and want. Then you go, let's say, like me, I kind of went to a posh secondary school, predominantly Edomite, and then I saw a whole different side to life, man. I saw houses bigger, like I didn't know that you could go to school with people that lived in them kind of houses, man. Spend that kind of money and not feel the pinch. Here it is, Jake, you spend a couple pounds, maybe a few hundred, they're like, ooh, okay. They spend a couple £100 and they can spend a couple thousand furthermore, and it's no problem, man. You hear about them, they go on, all kind of holidays, multiple holidays in a year. Jake is lucky if he gets one family holiday, man. All right, so the system is working for who the system is meant to work for. Now, you need to know and understand that as Israelites, from the tribe of Judah all the way down to the tribe of Issachar, we are under curses, man. Baruch 3:8, and that's pursuant to Deuteronomy 28. If you go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 to 14, goes into the blessings that will come upon us if we hearken unto the Lord. And then from verse 15 all the way down to 68 was all the curses that will come upon us if we didn't hearken unto the Lord. And you can read those curses and you can see that it fits none other than the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Which, by the way, are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Now, Baruch 3:8 says, we are yet this day in our captivity. It also further goes on to mention how we are subject to payment. Council tax, road tax, parking tickets, parking fines, speeding fines. Okay? All these different things. We are rent, mortgage, whatever the case may be. All right, we are made subject to payment,
system's
man.
only broken to us.
Because we are yet this day in our captivity. So the system is working for who the system is meant to work for. Let's play that again, Salakia. And even though he's saying he'd bow us, you don't mean race, but still, these misfortunes predominantly happen to the Israelites, the people of the Most High, Yasha Allah, princes of the power.
The system doesn't favor us. We've been divided.
We're the ones where these
religion,
misfortunes fall on us the most. All right? Yeah, and I mean, you got Jake that will argue with you and tell you Islam's the truth, and then you got other Jake. Do you need to come in?
Yeah.
Just come in. But I'm making a video, so just keep quiet. Salakia. So you got Jakes that'll claim that Islam is the truth. Then you got Jakes that will claim the Christianity is the truth. Calling on Most High and Christ blessed. You got Jake that will be into New Age spirituality. So it's just all confusion, man. But you know what? That's how they divide us, okay? As the saying goes, divide and conquer, right? Arguing amongst ourselves. Who's got the truth? Who's the true God? Who's the true religion? Arguing what football team's the best, Post-Cold War, all right? Which side is more on it? All these different things, but they distract us from the real problem. The real, the people who are actually behind most of our problems, if not all, the wicked elite
While
of Esau, Edom, the
those who are meant to get
Amalekites,
rich are just
the
cracking
elite
on.
banking
Just
family,
help
the
us, man.
shadow
That's
government
just it.
that
Like,
you
let's just help
may not
ourselves,
have heard
man.
of.
Like, tired
All
of the
right?
system and the highest this and the highest that. It's just working just fine for who it's meant to work fine for. It's just not us, unfortunately.
It's just not us, unfortunately. That's right, man. You know, it's just not us, unfortunately. But we understand that we're in the middle of a changing of worlds right now. And the reason why there's so much wickedness and so much destruction that's got in place right now is because we're in the middle of trading places with Esau Edom, man. You know, you know what, let's just go to it, man. This is 2nd Esdras 6. And let's start at 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, the angel was speaking unto Esdras, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the angel was Uriel. All right, correct me if I'm mistaken. Does it even say it here? What does it say it here? But, you know, correct me if I'm mistaken. I believe the angel was speaking to was Uriel. All right. Verse 9. And he said unto me, the angel said unto Esdras, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which symbolized something. All right. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we are living in the end of Esau's world, or another word you can use is age. We're coming to the end of Esau's age, right? Where the system is just not made for us, unfortunately, as Getz said. Which, by the way, if you don't know who Getz is, he's a quite well-known UK artist, rapper. And he knows we're Israelites, by the way. Because he made you can search it up, type in Getz, Ghetts, Daily Duppy. All right? Which is a kind of show where rappers, they freestyle. Which freestyle's not even really freestyling anymore these days. But they go on there and they quote-unquote freestyle. And he made some mentions letting you know that he knows we're Israelites. So I advise you check that out, man. You know, I'd say he's quite a good rapper. You know, I give it to him. But hey, we're Jake, the salt of the earth, man. All right? But anyways, as he said, the system is just not made for us, unfortunately. But we're heading into a time where the system is going to be made for us. The kingdom of Israel, which really is the kingdom of Yahushua. And the Israelites, beginning with the elect, are going to be joint heirs unto Yahushua. And we ain't going to have to experience these misfortunes. Oh, it's just not made for us, unfortunately. All right? The Bible says in Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. We're going to take captives whose captives we were. Okay? So there's a changing of worlds that's happening right now. Now, the difference between our kingdom and Esau's kingdom is that we are going to have a perpetual rulership. Once this kingdom is destroyed, all right, there ain't no coming back, man. Okay, the kingdom of Israel is going to be a perpetual kingdom, and these ain't my words. It's not my vain opinion. All right, but this is the scriptures. Just bear with me a minute. This is Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Because you got people, you know, you got guys in the IUIC, right? Trying to claim that, well, after Esau serves his 1,000 years in the kingdom, all of a sudden, they're gonna rise up against us, and they're gonna enslave us. The scriptures say how the Most High, he's gonna be dwelling with men. All right, we're gonna be able to feel the presence of the Most High. He's gonna be with us. Right now, his back is turned away from us, and Yahweh Shai has to be our mediator. All right, because the Most High can only behold things that are pure. The scriptures say how our righteousness is as filthy rags. Doesn't matter, man. You can make 5 videos a day, every single day. You know, you can be over righteous. Doesn't matter. You're still, your righteousness is still as filthy rags. You can read Isaiah 64:4. You can read Luke 17:10. All right. So Yahweh Shai is our mediator at the moment, but the Most High, when we're changed, he's gonna actually dwell with us, man. You know. So what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that the mortal Edomites, all right, are gonna come up against an immortal nation that have spiritual power. They're gonna enslave the Israelites, the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and get the kingdom back. That doesn't even make sense, man. But still, you got guys in the IUIC, teaching that, man, that Esau gonna come back into power, man. But you see, that's how you know it's not sound doctrine, because it doesn't line up with this precept here, which this prophecy hasn't come to pass yet, and it's in the Old Testament, Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation, perpetually, man. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. For Esau is the end of the world, he's the end of his age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, world without end, age without end. The kingdom of Israel is going to be a perpetual age, okay? There ain't no other nation that's gonna try and buck up against us, man. We look, man. When these other nations are on our fields, all right, and they see some fringes in the air, man. They don't even need to see the Israelite. They just see the fringes in the air, because we're gonna be able to do all kind of different things. We're gonna be able to fly, levitate, and disappear, and wherever the case may be. They see Israelites flying towards them. See some fringes, man. They're gonna give up the ghost, man. Certain people are just gonna give up the ghost out of pure fear. So I don't know what nation is gonna try it against the Israelites. Maybe at the start, when the kingdom is just, when the fire settles down, and the scriptures talk about in the book of Revelation, New Jerusalem coming out of heaven. That's the elect coming out of the chariot, coming back down to set up order, put things into place, round up the survivors of this nuclear destruction, and round them into captivity, assign them roles, and so on and so forth. Yeah, they might try and buck up against us then, but then quickly they're going to realize, hey, and that's when we're going to be toying with the spiritual power. We're going to be like, oh, we can do this and we can do that. We can make this happen. We can make that happen. We can call fire down from heaven like Elijah did. All manner of different things, right? And that's when they're going to be like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe we can't mess with them. And then they're going to, submit unto us. World without end. And the system is going to be for us, Israelites, fortunately. Okay? But right now, we're underneath the devil, man. This is his kingdom. All right? So, of course, we ain't gonna make it. And if we do make it, we're only gonna make it so far in Esau's kingdom, because this is his world. Isaac blessed Esau with the fatness of the earth, which he was going to gain by the sword. And that's exactly what we see that's played out. Okay? So this is the book of Job 9:24, and it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Now, who are the judges? The Israelites, man. You know, he's changed how the various different statues look. He has painted the likeness of his image. First Maccabees 3:48. You know, because if you go to Psalms 82:6, and it says, "For ye are gods," and you go into the blue letter, one of the words for gods is judges and rulers. So the judges are talking about the Israelites. Okay. If not, where and who is he? All right. So this devil was trying to hide himself for a very long time. But as Jeremiah 49:10 says, I have made Esau bare. You know, Esau is being exposed. He's exposing himself. Psalm 64:8. So shall the wicked make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All right. So everything is just coming crashing and burning, man. The scriptures say how, I believe in 2 Thessalonians 2, how the end shall not come until the wicked be revealed. So, and the Most High is doing that now through the spirit of his mouth, which are the prophets, doing the videos, the sit-downs, going out on the highways and the byways and speaking out against this devil. And then eventually by the brightness of his coming, the chariots coming in all their glory. And that's what's going to bring the total destruction of this devil, man. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So are the people rejoicing? Or are they mourning right now? Everyone is mourning. Cost of living crisis. Having to decide what bill they're not going to pay just so that they can pay another bill. You know, am I going to put food in the fridge this month, or am I going to pay this bill that I have outstanding? You know, people have to make choices like that now. You know, you got a lot of people maxing out the credit card. You know, now you got the middle class that's pretty much living the same way as the poor class, man. You know, there's an article that came out. You got people on salaries of 60K a year, and they're struggling, man. Because what what this devil is trying to do, which you see, he's wicked, man, because he's even going to destroy his own people, all for the sake of power and dominion. All right, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to eradicate the middle class. So now you're only going to have two classes of people: the super rich and the super poor. All right, so the middle class is being spread thin. All right. And they ain't got it like they used to, man. Okay, so again, Proverbs 29:2, which then in a way Getz was right, because he mentioned that it's not all about race, which fundamentally it is. You know, these devils know who the Israelites are. However, with that being said, you know, Esau is wicked to his own people, because you've got Edomites that are struggling too. Down and out, you know, majority of the middle class are Edomites, but they're being spread thin. All right, so it's all about control. It's all about power with these upper echelons, these elites, you know, the elite banking families, and really they want to keep it to themselves. And that's going to be one of the fundamental difference between when Esau's in rulership and when Jake's in rulership, because beginning with Yahushua, the wealth is going to be spread to every single Israelite. Even the least Israelite in the kingdom is going to be greater than the you know, the most highly valuable person on this side. We're going to spread the wealth amongst our nation, man. You got Edomites, they're trying to hoard it between just a small select group of people, 13 families to be specific. And you got your own people, other Edomites just struggling, just down and out, man. That goes to show you the wickedness of this devil, man. You know, the scriptures say who he that envies himself, to whom will he be good to? I believe that's somewhere in Sirach 14. So this devil can't even be good to himself, right? But you expect him to somehow be good to you. And that's where our people are bugged out, man. But you know, this in Isaiah 1, it says the whole head is sick. You know, our people are past gone. Just zombies, man. Let's go to James chapter 5. Excuse me. This is James 5, starting at the top. And it reads, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. All right, because what does the scripture say? Pangs shall cover them from every side, man. You know, they're past the point of healing. You know, Jeremiah says how Babylon would have been healed, but pretty much her sins have reached unto the heavens, man. You know, so Esau, he's got a big bill to pay. Let's put it that way. All right, so it says, verse 2, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last day. And yeah, his riches will be a witness against him, because here it is, yeah, you're wealthy, you're lofty, but then when you go back in history, how did you really become so rich? Well, first of all, you've benefited of the free labor of the Israelites, you know, the transatlantic slave trade. So that's a witness against you. You've heaped treasures together for the last days. You control the money. You hoard the gold, the silver, the precious metal, various other things of value. You know, you got all kind of, you know, old paintings and, you know, just things of value, man. You've heaped these treasures for the last day. But Job, the book of Job says how you have swallowed down riches, but you shall vomit them back up. Okay. Verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud. All right, that artist Get said, you know, the system is just not for us, unfortunately. All right, so we are kept back by fraud. You know, we haven't been. There hasn't been any what do you call it, reparations, or anything to, you know, thank us and reward us for the hard work that we did during the the transatlantic slave trade. All right, and here we are, we're at the bottom. You know, Jake is the, you know, as a whole, we're pretty much the consumers, man. If you was to put all these nations together, Jake is the highest consumer, but then Jake is also the poorest, you know? So we're kept back by fraud, man. Here it is, Jake be earning the least money, but Jake be having the most bills to pay. You know, and you tell me we're not kept back by fraud. Crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies, man. So the Lord is hearing our cries, beginning with the elect. We're praying, we're sighing and crying, and the Lord hears us, man. And the Lord is making things happen for us. So the reason why World War III is on the rise, the reason why the MOTB is on the rise, the reason why these nations are you know, going against each other, the reason why the love of many is waxing cold, is for your sake, man. And I'm speaking to you, the elect. It's all for your sake that all these things are going wrong. All right, because these things need to happen in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. So all these things that are happening that the world would perceive as negative This is happening for your sake, man. You elect brothers and you few amount of sisters. It's happening for your sake. Okay? So if you ever feel like, oh man, there's no love in this world, no one loves you. Well, the Most High loves you, man. Because he's making these things happen so that he can bless you with the kingdom, man. You know? Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15. See, look, 2nd Ezra 15, we'll start at 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why, Lord? Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Right, this wickedness, man. The one of the, one aspect of the wickedness is how we are kept back by fraud, and the system just ain't working for us. Okay, that's wicked. Because Esau knows we're kept back by fraud. He knows that, but he's okay with that. You know? Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And we're complaining continually. But us doing these videos, me making this video right now, I'm complaining unto the Lord. Us doing these videos, us going out on the highways and the byways, us praying. You even got Jake in the world that's crying out. Yeah, they may be crying out to Jesus Christ or whoever the case may be. But we're still crying out as a people, man. Alright? And verse 9 says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And all the innocent blood in the Most High's eyes are the elect. The elect are the ones that will receive salvation from Yahweh Shai, which the name Yahweh Shai means he is the deliverer. Alright, he is salvation. Okay? Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Now, Egypt goes back to bondage. All right, and we're in modern day Egypt, spearheaded by America. All right, and we're going to receive the second exodus from Egypt in this modern time via the salvation that Yahweh Shai is going to bring. All right. Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. So that's how you know it's not talking about ancient Egypt, Mizraim. All right. It's not talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about modern day Egypt, spearheaded by Babylon the Great, aka America, and their influence has spread throughout the whole world. You know, the other nations have drank of the wrath of the wine of her fornication. You know, democracy, all right, financially, even to the religious aspect, okay. It says, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof, because it's the land of America that's going to be completely obliterated, man. But of course, their system, the whole NATO and the EU, all right, even the BRICS nations, they're all going to fall as well, man, because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because you got Moab, you know, you got Chinese. They think they're next up. All right. But that's not what the prophecy says. All right. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. It didn't say Moab is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You guys, you BRICS nations are just going to have your hand in help bringing down Babylon the Great. All right. But also you're going to be brought down and brought into captivity under the Israelites, man. Okay. That's why the scriptures say, and Salakia, if you can hear my belly going off, it's 10 in the morning. I haven't had anything to eat yet. I just had some tea. All right. It says in Zephaniah 3:8, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen, man. The Most High is the one that's moving the pieces on the chessboard, positioning these nations to go at it with one another, man. All right, Proverbs 21:1 says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right, so that right there eliminates free will. Okay, so the Most High is the one that's making these things happen, man. And the Most High is so cold that that he's gonna literally, imagine that, man. He's making Esau Edom destroy his own kingdom, man. Because, yeah, he could have done it like Sodom and Gomorrah and made this the fire from heaven rain down on the 5 cities. But the Most High is like, no, you know what? I'm going to further show my power. I'm going to control you devils to go in a direction in which you are literally going to destroy your own kingdom. Wherefore, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. All right, that's somewhere in 2 Corinthians 5, if I'm not mistaken. Then you got Hebrews 10:31, where it says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, so I got one more precept I want to bring out. I'm going to read it in the NLT. I got a bit to read. There's the KJV on the left-hand side if you want to follow along in the KJV, but I just feel like the NLT just, with the modern-day terminology, it kind of just hits the nail on the head. All right, so this is Habakkuk 2:4, the NLT. Excuse me. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. All right, because they live crookedly, man. Here it is. They kept the nation of Israel back by fraud, and they're just demons as it is anyway. And yet, they trust in themselves, man, because they're in that lofty position. All right. It says, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. Okay. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples, because, they done it in the name of, what do they call it? Colonization. See, these fucking devils, man. These fucking, here it is, right? They just coin a new word, right? And it just makes it sound like, oh, okay, well, yeah, oh, they just colonized. That can't be that bad, they just colonized. But no, say it for what it is, man. I'm going to ask Siri on my other phone. So lucky for the belly, once again. Morning, ain't eaten yet. I'm going to ask Siri on my other phone what colonization means. And let's, it may say it, or I may have to read it, but let's see what it says. Colonize, meaning. And it says here, send settlers, because the scriptures say how he is a proud. When we read verse 5 in the KJV, Habakkuk 2:5, it says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So he can never just stay in his land. From time Esau left Mount Seir, he became was it a vagabond? Where you just, you're just aimlessly just roaming around where you shouldn't be. Okay? Send settlers to a place and establish political control over it. All right? So even there, they don't make it sound... Well, they don't make it sound as bad because, the question is, how exactly do you go about establishing political control over it? You mass murder the people, you take out their leaders, okay, and then you leave a few left, and they forfeit and submit unto you, and then now you have power over it. When you say colonize, you make it sound like, oh yeah, you just sit there and have a meeting, which you know, you may do, but because you're wicked, you may sit there, have a meeting, have an agreement, and then still just wipe them out, man. Cause that's the, you know, that's the spirit the Most High gave you. You know, when Isaac blessed you, devils, he said you will obtain the fatness of the earth, but how you'd go about obtaining it was by the sword. Okay? It says another definition: settle among and establish control over the indigenous people of an area. See again, but how are you establishing that control? You know, so basically, they use these fancy words to kind of like make it not sound as bad when it's treacherous, man. How you went about establishing dominance over the you know, the planet. Okay, because you have been given the fatness of the earth by way of the sword. Okay, so reading on in verse 5 in the NLT, it says, in their greed they have I've already read verse 5. Let's read verse 6. But soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this go on? All right, he will let, you know, he who letteth will let until he be taken out the way. So it's the Most High that's letting you do this, man. But you see, the scriptures say in Job 14:5 that the Most High has set you bounds that ye cannot pass. So it's going to get to a certain point. You're going to get to a certain height in your kingdom. And the Most High, you know, when you're about to fill your belly, then shall the Most High cast the fury of his wrath upon you, man. Okay? That's why it says in verse 7, suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless. All right? Because Daniel 7:18 says, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, man. You're going to have the elect out there, you know, that's going to be alongside the angels and you know, pretty much alongside the destruction that's going on. You're going to have the elect of the nation of Israel. That's the, you know, the Lord is going to, you know, give them spiritual power, and they're going to have some fun bringing you down too. Okay? Whilst you stand there trembling and helpless, waiting to be gathered as the first fruits of slavery in our kingdom. All right? Verse 8, because ye have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. Because, you know, Job 20, I think 22 says how every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. And the word for wicked is Aimal, which is pretty much the working class, the laborers. All right? They're going to come up against you. Because ye have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. What sorrow awaits you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. Yeah, because you're gonna, you know, the scriptures say you set your nest among the stars. You're gonna have your underground bunkers, but this ain't gonna be able to save you from the wrath of the Lord, man. All right, you are. Jeremiah 49:12 says how those who were not meant to drink of the cup, the Israelites, the cup of, you know, wrath, punishment, slavery, catching hell, we have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. So you devils ain't gonna go unpunished, man. You know, you're gonna get what you deserve too. Okay. Verse 10. But by the murders you committed, ye have shamed your name and forfeited your lives. So really, at one point, you took pride in how you established dominance over the world. But now it's being used as a witness against you. And it's rather, you know, as it says in Habakkuk, further down, it says, shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right. 11. The very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams in the ceilings echo the complaint. So the whole earth is mourning and crying out against you, man. Okay. Verse 12. What sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption. You know, hey man, you did a number on us during slavery. You killed us. You murdered us. You didn't pay us. Okay. And this is how you've obtained that old money, man. And even now you continue to rip the people off. You got people paying with FRNs, Federal Reserve notes, which is literally just paper, man. It's a currency of no value. You set the value, man. Okay? So everyone's kept back by fraud. Okay? And this is the system. Verse 13. Has not the Lord of heaven's armies promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes? They work so hard, but all in vain, because you've worked so hard in your wickedness to get to where you are, all for it to come crashing and burning in 1 hour. Pursuant to Revelation chapter 18. Okay. 14. For as the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of the Lord, because this destruction that's getting ready to take place is going to serve to magnify the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Just like how the destruction in Egypt magnified the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Okay. 15. What sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come and drink and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame. All right, so all of this wickedness is going to fall back upon his own head. Okay? The Most High has set bounds that Esau, Edom cannot pass. All right, and he's being exposed right now. And we're doing this now through the lessons, going out on the highways and the byways. His own people are exposing him. Okay? So, you know, and if his own people are coming up against him, well, what does it say in Matthew 12 and 26? For if Satan be divided against Satan, how can his kingdom stand? So his kingdom's not going to stand for much longer, man. All right? So we just have to wait upon the Lord. You know, because everything is happening in its prophetic order. And everything is going to happen when it's meant to, man. All right. So we believe in this, you know, in the prophecies, you know, so we just got to let things play out, man. All right. So, yeah, that's it for this lesson. You know, I pray, Lord willing, it's been edifying. And until the next time, I say shalom.